everyone, and welcome back to the Tabletop Tavern Campaign 2, episode, 5 or something. I, as always, am your Dungeon Master now and forever, so get used to it. My name is Jenny, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to allow my beautiful, wonderful, talented players to introduce themselves, starting with the fabulous, the enchanting Stacy.
Hi, my name is Stacy. I use she, her pronouns, and today I will be playing Rosalie Motley.
I'm Pippin, I use they, them, and I'm playing Vesper Thornquill.
Hi, I am Cam. I use they, them pronouns, and today I'm playing Essie Hepburn.
Hello, everyone. I'm Victoria. I use she, her pronouns. I almost said the word pronoun before she, her. Anyways, I'm playing Fleur Farrow.
Hi, I'm Doe. I use she, her pronouns as well, and I'm playing Ian Farrow.
All right, lovely players, are you all ready to start session, 5?
Yes,
I've
5,
been
let's go!
literally waiting a week for this.
That's great. I wrote this morning.
That's how this works. We play every week. Yes, Vic.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I've been waiting impatiently because they hang the cliffhanger.
I've actually been thinking about this for like a week on my morning commute every day, driving my car. Like, I know how I'm gonna start this session. Okay.
You know what else is a good way to spend your morning commute? Listening to our podcast.
Listen to the Tabletop Tavern.
Exactly.
Like you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Self-plug.
Welcome, everyone. All right. For those of you who haven't listened to the Tabletop Tavern on your early morning commute, or perhaps have and simply forgot what happened last session, don't worry. Last episode on the Tabletop Tavern, our heroes, such as they are, embarked on an endeavor that pushed several party members way out of their comfort zone when they attended a frat party off campus at the behest of Fleur's roommate, Camila. Cammy herself informed Fleur that her academic status was in jeopardy and headed off early to study, but the rest of the party partied, at least as far as each individual person was capable. Also in attendance were some notable uninvited guests, Eladrin elves, whose reception of the group was less than friendly. After combat and the mysterious flight of their foes, the party returned to their dorms, where Fleur discovered that the door to her dorm had been ripped from its hinges, the room tossed, and that her roommate was missing. Stacy's laughing at me. I'm gonna kick her ass. Writing this down.
No,
You want to explain why you're laughing at your DM?
No, I was just thinking of Rosalie and Essie walking by from the door that's right across her, like, night, Fleur.
There's a giant door ripped from its hinges.
Listen, my passive perception is not that good, okay?
Like, seems normal. Seems normal for Fleur.
Rosalie was distracted. She got a very special gift out of that session, and I don't think she ever gave it back. We pick up not where we left off, but in downtown Eylas City. The sun is beginning to rise over the towering skyscrapers, and the very beginning of morning rush hour is forming along the major streets. Past City Hall and the Capitol building sits the Eylas City Guard Station. Station 1. A large, white-walled cement building, outside of which a few uniformed guard members are sharing a morning cigarette. Inside, past the entry point and the reception desk, where various haggard defense attorneys wait to reunite with clients who got in trouble over the last weekend, in a dimly lit waiting area sparsely decorated with wooden benches, a singular payphone, and a multitude of public safety posters for things you didn't even know were problems, sits a motley crew of university students still in their pajamas. A patrol officer hands you all kind of styrofoam cups of coffee, accompanied by packets of powdered creamer and sugar-free sweetener. And though bleary with sleep, or rather lack thereof, the eyes of this collective of teenagers flashed the glass-paned office door through which one of their friends was led. Vesper, Essie, Ian, and Rosalie, you are all assembled in this waiting area. In the corner, sort of on the opposite side from the payphone, stands a uniformed patrol officer who has just finished sort of handing out your coffees. There's also a bag of fairly stale bagels that you've been handed, Ian, that's sitting on your lap. However, Fleur is not with you.
Ian stares down at this bag of bagels and grunts and just hands them to I guess Essie, and it's just I don't want them, and just slumps into his knees and is do you think they'll let me go in there and sit with her?
Well,
I don't think that's protocol, unfortunately.
She's my twin sister. I can't even imagine how she feels. All of her shit was tossed around.
she's gonna have to rebedazzle so much.
Yeah, for once I actually am okay with that because I feel bad. But maybe she'll bedazzle less. Maybe.
Do you think she still feels safe in her dorm? I mean, we can move things around, right, Essie? And
We should ask her to stay with us.
okay, we'll protect her too.
Okay. We don't live far from campus, to be honest with you. But I'm sure she'd appreciate the sentiment. Ian's gonna stand up and brush off his pants where the bag of bagels was sitting, and approach the guard and ask.
He's a stout dwarvish man. He's got a gun on one hip, and over his back he's also got a battle axe, which seems maybe overkill, but you never know what to expect in this kind of place. He's also got this thick push broom mustache, heavy eyebrows, and his hair is almost pitch black with streaks of white in it. It's kind of all greased back to the sides, and he's got a little hat on, over which he's pulled what appears to be a plastic covering in case of rain that he just hasn't removed. As you approach, he looks up from his own cup of coffee and bagel and goes, "Oh, can I help you, kiddo?"
I was just, that's my sister. I was just wondering how long she'd be in there and if I should call my parents or if I could sit in there with her just for support or...
That's a lot of questions. Okay, in order. You repeat all your questions?
I guess, should I call my parents?
Couldn't hurt to call your parents.
Is she,
Oh, no. Okay, so, I see where you're going with this. No, your sister, definitely don't go in there. That would be a huge problem for, honestly, me more than you, and, to be honest, I really need this job. But, no, she's not under arrest, she's not detained, she simply has to submit to some questioning because obviously there's been kind of and he leans in towards you and kind of gestures for you to lean down and talk to him.
Yeah.
An international incident? Sorry.
Is he yelled it like that?
I can't.
Whispering's not my forte.
It's all good. We'll keep it on lock. Don't worry, man.
Well, the good news is this whole area is soundproofed, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have any word on Cammy, the one who's missing?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. It's classified.
Okay, and then any word on what kind of safety precautions you're going to instill in the dorm? And at this point, Ian looks over his shoulder at Vess and is what kind of safety precautions are currently in place at the dorm? Should we up security? What do you think?
I think that this is all way above my pay grade. My partner got sick, and we were supposed to be on the beat today, but obviously I don't have a partner, so I'm sort of here. This really is actually also out of our jurisdiction. It's not the city guard kind of doing the lead investigation here.
So who's doing the lead investigation?
Well, I'd assume the feds, because
Oh, 'cause it's
international
international.
incident.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's all of my questions. Thanks for the bagels.
Oh, yeah, I got that from the staff lounge. We don't get paid a lot. I would have gotten something better if I could afford it. The coffee's on me, though.
It's cool. We appreciate it. Let us know if we can help with anything. Otherwise, I guess we'll just wait.
Oh, yeah. No, you're welcome to call your parents if you want. I mean, you're all adults, right?
Kinda.
I mean,
And
like-
Vesper just raises their hand. I'm just like, I'm a minor. I don't think I can or should talk to you without a parent or an actual adult or lawyer.
Okay, so I actually know this one from the academy. As a minor, you can waive your rights and talk to a police officer, but I want to be clear
I want to make it very clear I am waiving none of my rights.
No, I understand, but I want you to know that, like, this is not any sort of interrogation. Actually, you are the one asking me questions.
Sorry, we've had a very long.
No, I
Thanks,
can
sir.
imagine. I'm sorry. This all must be very traumatic. Again, if I was more qualified for this in any regard, I would be providing. We have blankets. Do you need blankets? Are you?
I just like sip the coffee and I go, I'm good. Do you want some? Like, you should grab the coffee you brought for yourself.
No, I have my own coffee, but I sort of finished it, and honestly, I should really cut back. So makes me jittery.
Have you tried herbal tea though?
What's your name, son?
Normal tea made with like legal herbs.
You want me to make what? Okay, so I was a little bit insulted that you insinuated that I, a proud dwarf, would be drinking herbal tea like some kind of halfling bullshit farmer. But now I want to follow up on this whole concern that you have with legal herbs. Are you making tea with not legal herbs?
No, that was what I thought you were guffawing at. I didn't know that the dwarves didn't like herbal tea. I thought it was kind of like everyone's down with herbal tea.
I'm sure most dwarves like herbal tea. I personally lived in a halfling farming town for a while, and those guys were dicks.
Dicks, really?
Well, they're like, there's like a lot of like religious zealot stuff going on. They're a little bit intense about people choosing who they worship when, etc., etc. They didn't like that I worshiped the dwarven god of craftsmanship because apparently that's some kind of cult thing, and they drank a lot of herbal tea. Now that I think about it, I don't think that had anything to do with their belief system, so maybe that one's on me. But I will not be trying herbal tea simply out of principle.
If it makes you feel better, my stepmother's religion is also technically considered a cult, but sects of the cult of the fallen soldier have been known to spike their herbal teas, so that might be more to your liking.
He sort of like rubs 2 fingers along the like big bushy mustache thoughtfully and goes, "Now spiked herbal tea, I could get behind. Thank you. What's your name?"
Vesper.
Thank you, Vesper. Do you kids need anything else? You need to call your parents. I don't have any coins on me because we don't have to pay parking meters.
I pull out, I'm like, I think, do we have service? And it's like, do we get service in this soundproof room, sir?
No. As you are aware, your phone essentially casts a continual version of the sending spell, and this entire section of the building is protected by a very potent anti-magic field.
Could we go outside the building and send something?
You can, but the thing is, I don't have the power to stop you, but the federal officer in that room might get kind of mad at me. Again, this has nothing to do with you, it just has to do with me.
And you need to keep this job, got it. Okay.
And I need to keep this job, yeah. My wife's pregnant.
We will
Congratulations!
Yeah, triplets.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be great. We'll be on par citizens. Not above par, but on par.
That's probably good. Yeah. Above par, and it's a little much. It's like, stop snitching to me. I don't need to know. It's not any of my business.
Could I get a sparkling water if you have a moment?
I don't think we have sparkling water. Actually, you know what? Jenkins down the hall has a soda river, and I think that makes sparkling water if you just put water through it. But that might be soda water, which also might be different.
I'll try it out. Thank you.
I hear those are pretty fancy soda rivers. I've always kind of wanted one.
He pulls out a little walkie-talkie, holds down the button, and goes, Jenkins, over at you here. What do you want? Can you make a soda river soda that's just water? That is an incredibly stupid idea, but I'll do it right now. He sort of like puts away the walkie-talkie and goes, okay, everyone good here? Okay, great. He pulls out a copy of the newspaper from his back pocket, leans against the wall, and unfolds it.
Well, who would want to hurt Cammy?
I mean,
Who could get past her entourage of, I presume, highly trained guards?
it could have
was
been.
an inside job.
The officer in the corner kind of lowers the newspaper, looks at you all, and goes, and then raises it back up.
Can I walk over to the window?
Speculation wards
There's no
off
window.
boredom, you know.
Oh. Sorry,
You
Sarah.
said, sorry. You said down the hall is Jenkins' office?
Jenkins is somewhere. Yeah.
So there's a hallway.
So, I don't have a diagram to show you, but this is a rectangular waiting room. There are two doors. One leads into this office that Fleur was let into. The other leads to a hallway down which you were escorted that in one direction leads to the primary entrance and presumably also leads to the holding cell area and more offices.
Do you guys feel like you guys know anything about the situation?
No, nothing.
Do you guys want to find out?
How would we find out?
Y'all are gonna get fucking arrested.
Meanwhile, in the office,
I follow the guard's lead and just pull out my book.
in the guard's office, Vesper, you begin to read a fascinating section. What book are you reading?
I'm trying to look up what a fraggin is in my piece sharing.
All right, so you've opened up a book you borrowed from the library about tabletop role-playing games. And you're currently sifting through a lot of information about the history of somebody named Fairy Fygax. You're not sure you like his vibes thus far, but you're only at like a quarter of the way through. It might get better. You're not really sure. Fleur.
Yeah.
You find yourself in a well-appointed office, seated at a large wooden desk. There is a styrofoam cup of coffee and a plain bagel in front of you, and a uniformed member of the guard standing by the door through which you entered.
Are they hot?
I don't understand how that could possibly matter. Would you like me to describe them to you?
It's just more
Is that
so
what you're trying
curiosity
to-
than anything. No, it's honestly just more curiosity than anything.
Do you want me to know what? Do you want to know what they look like?
I mean, yeah.
It's a half-orc man,
Uh-huh.
about 6 feet 5 inches tall.
Okay, so
Because he's 6 feet 5 inches tall. Victoria.
That's the only requirement.
I hate myself, okay?
Oh, my
He's got
Anyways.
black hair sort of pulled
Mhm.
back into a bun.
See, I was right.
And a
He
gap
is.
tooth, probably.
I had a gap tooth.
He doesn't have a gap tooth. I've decided simply to spite Doe. You know what? Fuck it. He's got a strong jawline,
Nice.
high cheekbones.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, a scar running down the middle of his face.
That's hot.
His eyebrows got a piercing in it, which is very interesting, seeing as he appears to
Classic.
be a law officer. His uniform is different than the officers who gave you your ride here.
Okay.
He is dressed in dark blue uniform, but over it he has a vest labeled KCI.
Okay.
He has no hat, and his badge is not affixed to his vest, but rather to his belt. And he sort of watches you with his arms crossed. He notably does not have any visible weapons on him.
Okay.
But you assume that he likely has them simply by the nature of you're in a city guard station, and he appears to be some kind of guard.
Right. Okay. I assume there's also someone sitting across from me.
There is not yet.
There is not. So Fleur kind of turns around. He's like, hi.
Hmm.
What does the CI part mean?
He stares at you for a couple seconds and then points at his chest and goes, Kraelyn,
Yeah, I figured that part
Cabinet
out. Cabinet.
Investigation.
Okay.
Kraelyn Cabinet of Investigation.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So the Federal Bureau this isn't just Eylas Police. You're the big boys.
Presumably.
Okay. Well, do you have any idea when the other person who's going to talk to me is going to be here?
He looks down at his digital watch, holds up a finger, and there is a knock. You notice that on the other side of the office from this man is another door. It had been concealed from you until this exact moment, making you think that it is, in fact, subject to some kind of strange illusory magic. Which strikes you as odd, because as you entered the building, there was a large sign
Yeah.
that read that the building was protected by a powerful anti-magic field.
Fleur's going to look at him and be like, that looks magical.
The door swings open as you point at it, and through the door walks a smartly dressed elven woman. She's got a black blazer, black dress pants, and dark red hair slicked close to her head and pulled into a bun.
Mm-hmm.
She sits across from you very promptly, crosses one leg over the other, and extends a hand to you across the desk. My name is Agent Dewinnis Lotha of the KCI. You can call me Agent Lotha, not Dewinnis. We are not friends. Do not mistake otherwise. Are you Fleur Pharaoh?
Fleur reaches her hand out and grabs her hand to shake it and goes, I am Fleur Pharaoh, yes.
Well met, Miss Pharaoh. I worked with your father for quite a while when he was serving as a high-ranking member of the Security Council of the Conclave. Fleur, this actually catches you by surprise. Roll a history check.
Okay.
Or insight, whichever one you want to do.
Fuck, I'm so glad you said that. My history's +2, my insight's +3, both bad. One's better than the other. That's actually quite bad. That's a 12.
It was a DC 10. You're all good.
Oh, God. Okay.
You know that, or at least you had understood that your father served in the military very briefly.
Okay.
After attending Eylas U. He was part of the now defunct Reserve Official Training Group, ROTG for short. And from what you understood, he served maybe a year or two before moving into investment banking, which is what he does now. Or at least what you think he does now. He makes a lot of money, whatever it is that he does.
Okay.
And has to go to work dressed very smartly. The woman looks at you for a moment and goes, I should clarify, Miss Farrow, you are not a suspect in anything at this time, but as the last person Camilla had any contact with, your testimony is required for us to make any further advancement.
I want to do anything I can to help find Cammy.
Very good. She takes out a piece of paper and slides it towards you and says, "This is what is known as a non-disclosure agreement. Are you familiar with the concept?"
Yes. Am I? I think it's pretty clear. Yeah.
All right. Well, basically, Miss Farrow, this is a version of that states that if you are to divulge any of the information shared in this meeting, you will be treated and prosecuted as an enemy of the state. Do you understand?
Anyone? To anyone?
To anyone, Miss Farrow.
Okay. Do I have a choice in signing this?
Miss Farrow, you have a choice. However, I will let you know that with a proper subpoena, your testimony will be elicited with or without your consent, and either way, this sort of agreement will apply.
Oh, okay. So, like, no matter what, I'm going to have to. Okay. Cool. That's fine. Whatever. Fleur signs it. Knowing, like, even if I say no, they're going to make me sign one, and then it'll just be more of a pain in the ass, so it's not worth it.
The woman examines your signature, snaps her fingers, and paper dematerializes. Very well. Miss Farrow, before we begin, I would like to remind you that not only does your friends' safety rely on your candor in answering our questions, but the security of 2 nations and the safety of their entire populations relies on your honesty. Do you understand this?
Yes, I don't lie, so don't worry about that.
Very well.
I know everyone probably says that to you. I just don't think it's, like, cool.
As your DM, does Fleur lie?
No.
Okay, very good.
Like, she doesn't have any need. She just tells people how it is. No, but he is her twin.
I guess
It's not a lie. They're twins.
All right, Miss Farrow. A few questions before we begin. How long have you been living with Camilla?
Since the start of the semester. It's been like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
It's been like 2 weeks.
All right, perfect. 2 weeks. Now, how close would you describe your friendship?
We do lacrosse together. So we have practice like several times a week together. She's awesome. We have like 1 class together because she's a fighter, but we're not in an adventuring party together. So like I spend more time with my adventuring party, but Cammy and I like hang out in our room and we bedazzle things together and we gossip about Dane and like all of like the hot guys that we're seeing. So like we're close, but like not as close as with my adventuring party. Does that make sense?
You mentioned a Dane. Is this Mr. Dane Lightbringer?
Yes.
Very well. We've already interviewed him, so there's no information there that I assume he hasn't already told us.
No, he's kind of rude, to be honest.
Well, Miss Farrow, I did not ask for your assertions of other people's characters.
But he was also like with us all night last night, so it doesn't really matter, but he was rude. So
yes, I know. He has already established an alibi, and
yeah,
that is perfectly acceptable. You described having close conversations with Camilla. Did she at any point divulge any information about her family?
She told me her dad was a really important person for Quara. She told me that the first day because she thought it would be wrong for me to not know because of who she was. She mentioned a nanny once, and she told me she was adopted. That's all I really know.
And so she did inform you that her father is in fact the ambassador from Aquara?
Yes.
Did she mention anything to you about the upcoming conclave?
No.
Well,
but like I know that it's coming, but like I didn't really think about it like it was Cammy's thing, you know, like Cammy's not her dad.
Absolutely, yes.
Cammy's just my friend.
Of course. She sort of like writes all of your answers down in a little notebook. Next she looks up at you with a very serious expression on her face. Did you tell anyone else about her family?
I don't remember did I tell Ian?
told Ian over text message.
I overheard.
I have but Fleur doesn't know that. I have a twin brother. She asked if he was adopted, and I told her, and that's when she told me about him. My brother and I were trying to figure it out. So he knows that she's the ambassador's son, or daughter, but that's it.
So if I am to understand you correctly, Miss Farrow, you were told confidential information that could have an impact on national security, and your immediate reaction was to run and tell your brother?
She didn't tell me it was confidential.
Miss Farrow, at no point it struck you that this information might be the kind of information that would be important. Did she inform you as to the non-disclosure agreements that other members of staff at your residence hall had to sign?
Not that I remember.
All right. Well, Miss Farrow, your brother Florian Farrow, correct? Adopted at
Yes.
birth by your father and mother,
Correct.
Jack and Fiona Farrow.
Yes.
And you tell him everything, Miss Farrow?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm sure my whole adventuring party will sign NDAs if you want them to as well. Like, we can do
Miss
that if
Farrow,
that'll make your life easier.
There will be no need for your adventuring party to sign anything because, as we have told you, divulgement of this information would have you classified as an enemy combatant of the state.
Totally. I'm just saying, if you're worried about what I told Ian before I signed that NDA, he would definitely also sign an NDA.
So other than your brother, is there anyone else who you informed of the information regarding Camilla's identity?
No. Like I said, I just said it to him in passing in one conversation. Like, Lord only knows if he even remembers it, or Goddess only knows if he even remembers it.
Very well. I have further questions. At any point, have you discussed Camilla's behavior or interests with other people?
Same conversation. And it was more so just like, Cammy said that there was an adoption group and that she might want to go with you.
Yes, Miss Farrow, are you aware that upon signing your admission to the college, you agreed to certain levels of surveillance by the state as to your personal private communications?
No.
Miss Farrow, would you like to explain the suspicion you have exhibited towards your roommate for the last week and a half?
I just didn't understand how she knew he was adopted.
Miss Farrow, the two of you look nothing alike.
I don't know.
And
neither did my mom. Like, I know plenty of siblings.
You claim
don't
to
look
be
the
twins,
same.
and it is worth noting that your brother is, in fact, 3 weeks older than you, according to birth date.
What?
I'm older.
No, you are not.
No.
Fleur looks at Agent Lotha and goes, wait. What do you know about Ian?
Miss Farrow, that is not the conversation of discussion right now. Currently, we are discussing your suspicion of your roommate, who then vanished.
Can we bring it back
Almost
around to
immediately
Ian
after.
after that, though?
Absolutely
Honestly,
not.
all that I thought was weird was that she knew that Ian was adopted immediately. Like, no one ever asks that fast.
Miss Farrow, this is information to which your father is perfectly privy, and any questions you have about Ian's identity can and should be directed to him. That is
Well, I
not the
will be
conversation
asking
of
him
discussion. And I would like to note that there is nothing insuspicious or unsuspicious about you redirecting the conversation when asked pointed questions about your relationship with your roommate. Now, to the matter at hand. May I ask why you didn't contact the guard, and it was only after an RA found you at the scene that anyone was contacted about this emergent situation?
I was there for like 30 seconds before the RA showed up. So I don't really know how much faster I could have done it than the RA doing it, but I was mostly just making sure that everything was okay. And then I got the other text from Cammy with the 3, and then the RA showed up.
What does the text with the 3 mean?
So the first day that Cammy and I hung out, she was going to go hang out with Dane, and I said, please be careful. And she said, I will text you a heart if everything is okay. But if I ever text you a heart with 2 3s, then it means I'm in danger. And she texted me a heart when she got back to the room when I was still at the party. And then she texted me another 3, which is a heart with 2 3s, and it means she's in danger. And then the RA showed up.
Very well, Miss Farrow. Again, I reiterate that you are not a suspect in this case. I do think it is worth letting you know that at this moment, you are neither a person of interest. Should that change, you will be summoned. And I assure you, Miss Farrow, that suspicion is good when directed towards the right sources and can be incredibly harmful to yourself or others when directed at the incorrect ones.
Yeah, like, I want to make it really clear. I like Cammy a lot. Like, she's probably one of my best friends here on campus already. We're like the same person, and I think that's awesome. I don't think anything badly of her. I'm really worried about her.
Miss Farrow, if you are willing to wait a few more minutes, your dean will arrive, as it is not presently acceptable for you or anyone who lives on your floor to return to their housing.
Oh.
Alternative housing will be arranged by the university. She will arrive soon and speak with both you and your party. However, I would recommend, both for your personal safety and the security of your father's continued employment, that you treat potentially important political allies of our country with a modicum of respect rather than inherent suspicion. She stands.
I gotta stress that I wasn't suspicious of her. Don't know why you're really getting that vibe. And Fleur's just you really got the wrong vibe, girl.
Miss Farrow, both you and especially your brother have exhibited suspicious inclinations towards your roommate.
I think that's
and I need you to
really
know,
abrasive way of saying it.
Miss
I really
Farrow,
do.
I am so sorry, Miss Farrow. International incidents that could cause the spark of war are, in fact, quite abrasive.
I know that. Question for you. Follow-up question. Am I going to be able to get any of my stuff?
Miss Farrow, currently your things are part of an active KCI investigation.
Totally. I mean an ETA.
There is no ETA for justice, Miss Farrow.
But is there an ETA for the crime scene being processed?
No. And even if there was, you do not have the clearance to be privy to such information, yes.
Follow-up question. When was the last time you worked with my dad?
Miss Farrow, you have neither the clearance nor the political weight to ask me that question.
Don't you mean I don't have the clearance to know the answer? Because I think I can ask anything I want. I just am not necessarily allowed to know the answer, Anyways.
Miss Farrow, you may ask.
It's been a long night.
Whatever you want. However, I would remind you that asking the wrong questions can be very harmful.
Okay. Okay.
Interpret that how you will.
That's vaguely threatening. Do you do that a lot? You seem really nice and you're super pretty. So I don't know why you're being so mean.
I have never been described as very nice in my life, Miss Farrow. Certain people get certain jobs for a reason.
That doesn't mean you don't have a good heart.
You're
working for the KCI, which means you're a good person. So, you're trying to help people. You're trying to find Cammy. So I refuse to think that you're a bad person.
Miss Farrow, my heart is neither good nor bad. It lies with the safety and security of our nation. And
100%. I think that's inherently a good thing though,
For whom, Miss Farrow?
For Cammy.
Miss Farrow, Cammy is a foreign national.
I know, but she's really cool. And I don't want anything bad to happen to her because I guess there's a weird conclave coming up or whatever is happening.
Miss Farrow, outside. The rest of you are seated around. Do you have any phone calls you would like to make?
Do we have coins?
Yeah.
Do I have my dog? Is my dog being investigated?
Your dog, Ian, was... What happened? No. What happened with your dog was when you went to enter the police station. As a ranger, your animal companion is considered a weapon in that it can be ordered to cause violence or harms to others. When you were informed that he would be confiscated and cared for, you lost your shit a little bit. And Giannis was called by the police as a listed emergency contact for the school for any issues involving druids or rangers. Giannis took Aspen and promised you that they would take a super dope walk.
We stand Giannis. Okay. Can I dig in my pockets searching for some coins to make a phone call?
If you're not confident they're there, it will require a sleight of hand check.
I am not at all confident that Ian would carry any sort of coins, to be honest. So I will do that. 25.
Oh!
Ian, you find enough quarters for every person in this lobby to call their respective parents if need be.
Rolling in the dough. Ian's gonna like swipe them out of his pocket and just like hold a pile of coins. And it's like, I'm gonna make a phone call if anybody else wants to make one.
Rosalie, you earlier had proposed an idea. I remind you that that is precisely where we left off this scene.
I'm scared now. Not Rosalie, me, Stacy. Hey, Essie. Do you still have your disguise kit?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I carry my costumes with me.
How much do you think Vesper looks like the stout guard in front of us?
Not gonna work.
As he gets like a glimmer in her eye, I could transform him.
Do you guys need to go to the bathroom, perhaps?
Am I hearing this? Are they?
I'm
Are you
whispering.
including me?
They're whispering.
Okay.
You are reading your book. You're now at a part
Yeah.
about Fairy Fygax that details the expansion of Fungeons and Fragons through the 1980s.
Great.
Essie is going to go over to Vesper and just say, "Hey, Ves,
Hey, Essie.
I need your help with something. Can you come with me to the bathroom?"
Why? Also, that's not my bathroom.
Just trust me.
What? Just tell me, what is it you want? I'm happy to help, of course, but I don't see how I could be helpful to you. Wouldn't you rather take Rosalie?
Essie's gonna look around. Is the guard listening at all? Is he paying attention?
He appears to have folded his newspaper up and is now doing Sudoku.
Essie will lean in and say, "Rosalie has a plan, and I think you could look like that guard. I could make you into a knockoff Fario character."
Why would I? First of all, why would I want to? I close the book. Look like the guard, or a Fario character. What kind? And I like match her tone, but I'm just like, what kind of plan? Ian has coins. We're gonna call We're waiting for Fleur, right?
Because I don't know what's going on, and I don't like not knowing.
And to be honest, I don't think our parents will really be able to help us with this.
As you whisper between each other, the guard looks up from his Sudoku, having just rolled in that 20 perception check, and says, "For the record, I feel personally that I look more like Ron Selleck."
Rosalie is just gonna sit very straight up and red and grab a couple coins from Ian.
Essie is
Thanks,
gonna
Ian.
start stress eating the bagels that
That's
Ian
why
is
I'm still just
unaware.
going to try and brainstorm what possible use this could have had. And also take coins from Ian. But it's just like,
Who wants to go first? Should we? Rock, paper, scissors is universal. It's not branded.
Well, isn't Ian already making the call? I thought
Oh,
Ian headed
I
towards
was
the
like-
payphone.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Was that
Ian is
happening?
heading
Okay.
towards first.
All right.
Unless it's an emergency, in which case he could probably be persuaded to let you go first.
Nah.
I think if anyone has the emergency, it is you.
Ian's having a bad time.
He's gonna walk up to the payphone and put in 2 coins and like grab the phone and then just stare pointedly at the numbers for a second. And then he's gonna kind of like do that thing where you like put your arm up over it and like lean and place his forehead on his like fist, and he's like,
God.
I have to call my dad. I have to call my dad.
How do you embody an 18-year-old boy so well?
Those are my secrets.
That's a secret I'll never tell.
Can I roll a perception check on that? If Ian is
Yeah.
stressing? Yeah.
Is Ian still shirtless?
I don't think so. I think he's always
Ian,
in
what did you
pajamas.
wear to bed? Because you wore your favorite shirt to the party and Rosalie took it.
Oh god. I guess I just have PJ pants on. Did I come here shirtless?
Yeah, I guess you did.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Jesus.
They didn't give me like an Eylas
You were offered
City Guard shirt.
You were offered a blanket by the guard earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, that's too hot.
Rosalie, would you like
Are
to roll
we-
a perception check?
Yes.
Are we hungover?
Yeah, you are. Some of you are still kind of drunk too.
She rolled a 17.
Okay, what are you trying to perceive?
I just kind of want to see Ian. If I wanted to see if I could tell if Ian was stressing, or that's all.
I'm going to describe this from Rosalie's perspective. Rosalie,
Okay.
you glance over. I like to imagine Rosalie's inner narration is something like a romance novel, correct?
Yeah, I would believe so.
You
So ready.
glance over. Ropey, sinewy tendons of Ian's back flex as he curls and uncurls his hands. You can see the veins that run down his wrist to his well-muscled forearm expand and contract with each tense movement. His hair hangs over his eyes as he glares at the phone. This man is experiencing distress. Something about his body language that communicates a dark, roiling sea of not melancholy, but something similar makes its home within his soul. This is something you realize you should have known earlier because the tumultuous clouds that pass over his eyes whenever he speaks of his family.
I am begging you to stop talking
I
about
am
my brother like that.
Dying. Like it's not me that Ginny's describing, but as someone who really takes this to heart, wow.
It's delicious.
Begging you to keep talking about Ian like that.
As
entertaining.
a romance author, how do you feel about me talking about Ian like that? That's what I McFucking thought.
Yeah.
All right, continue, Stacey.
Does Rosalie still have Ian's shirt in her possession, or would it be at the dorm?
Does she?
I would assume so. I don't know if
Okay,
we had
all right.
backpacks or something.
You sort of like when there was a knock on your door from the city guard, you sort of instinctually grabbed the t-shirt from wherever you kept it and like shoved it into your back pocket. Where did you keep the shirt last night?
I assume I would have just thrown it over my like desk chair. Or
All right,
like
so
on the desk.
You grabbed it
kind of
off your
thing.
desk chair almost in a, oh, Ian might need this, but also maybe in something else. Your motivations are your own. And so, yeah, you still have it on you.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to Ian and tap him on his shoulder. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, are you okay?
So good. So good. Definitely so good. Do you need the phone, Rosalie? I can wait. I can wait.
No, you just seemed, if you're fine, that's fine. I mean, you seemed a little cold. And Rosalie will take out the sweater and maybe try to. No, she won't. No, she won't. She won't take a whiff. and,
She considers taking a whiff, but does not.
and hands it to Ian.
Oh.
This is
And he
your
just, like,
favorite
looks-
t-shirt, Ian.
Looks down at his bare chest for a second, and he's like, I might still be a little drunk. I kind of forgot I was shirtless, gonna be honest. Thank you for taking care of this, Rosalie.
Yeah, no problem. Don't worry. I didn't forget you were shirtless. So
He like holds it for a second and he gives it a big smell, checking to see if we spilled any alcohol on it. And then after like smelling and kind of like, that's good, he like throws it over his head and through it and puts his arms through it.
Ian, it smells a little bit like rose-scented candles.
Oh. He's gonna keep that info to himself.
all right. If you don't want to talk, I can talk to my parents first, but I just wanted to let you know that we're your friends and we can help you with too. You don't need to let us know. And okay, bye.
Oh, she's so awkward.
Wait, Rosalie, wait. I don't have the best relationship with my dad, but he's definitely the person I should call in this situation. But I really would rather call my mom. But if I call my mom, she's going to give the phone to my dad anyways.
Yeah.
Do you?
So I'm just, like mentally prepping for that situation.
Rosalie's gonna look back at Vesper and Essie and be like, "Who's here is good at talking?" maybe.
Depends on what
Essie
needs to be
doesn't raise
said.
her hand. She literally just gets up and is like,
Oh,
We're here to help you. You're part of your party. We can talk to him for you if you want.
Oh my god.
but it's
It can be like a group call.
Oh my god.
group call.
I do pipe up, seeing like Essie stand up next to me. I do like notice what is happening, and I do go. I mean, I have met him technically.
Oh.
Pretty sure he thought I was a halfling, but
No, that was me.
Oh my god.
"You thought that Bess was a halfling?"
Well, I hadn't seen them yet, and to be fair, his side of the room was really small, so I made some assumptions. They were wrong. I apologize. Won't happen again, bud.
I accept your apology. I just meant that he does know who I am, as in I'm your roommate.
This is true. Okay. I'm gonna be real. I appreciate this so much, and normally I would 110% let Fleur make this call, but I feel like having people that my dad doesn't know really well call my dad is gonna freak my parents the fuck out. So if you guys want to just like stand here and be like a really sick group of friends while I call my dad, so appreciated.
I mean, we kind of are a really sick group of friends right now because we are actively hungover. I threw up in a trash can 10 minutes ago.
The guard from the corner makes a little like noise, and sort of shuffles towards the trash can, leans over, looks in, and goes, you hear the walkie-talkie click on. I'm gonna need someone from janitorial.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we totally partied hard.
Rosalie's totally not hungover, right?
Rosalie, you actually feel great.
Oh gosh.
Rosalie's had the best. She's drunk on love.
I can't sing that on this.
Yeah,
I
we
was just-
can't.
I was just
We'd
gonna
be
say
all
it.
day.
You might not be able to, but our bard can.
No. Hi, it's me, Jenny, DM of the Tabletop Tavern. Thank you so much for watching with us. To anyone who's listening from the DMCA, I would like to put on record, we did not sing the song.
We didn't sing it.
We do not claim
No.
ownership of the song.
Not at
And the song is unavailable under fair use, so we have no intention of singing the song. Thank you so much.
Parody.
Mhm.
So on that note, I'm gonna call my dad. Do I even know his number?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You have to look it up on your
I was gonna say, like,
number.
if I still have numbers memorized from the year 2006, you absolutely know your father's number by
Yeah,
heart.
true. So he's gonna just dial the number, take a deep breath, and hold the phone up to his ear with like one hand on the wall for like just to steady himself.
There is precisely one ring before the phone clicks on. Reach Jack Farrow. How can I help you?
Hey, Dad.
Ian?
Yeah, it's Ian.
Ian, why are you calling from the City Guard office?
Okay, before you ask,
I already asked
good.
Ian.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Fleur's
Hey, can I
roommate.
take his hand and it mechanically may not do anything? Can I take his hand, cast enhance ability, and give him like some sort
There's
of
no
inner
magic.
like
This is
Yeah.
an anti-magic.
Oh,
it's an
I
anti-magic
can't
field.
do
Bardic
Magic,
inspiration.
goddamn. I just wanted you to feel less anxious.
So kind. He's like, so Fleur's roommate.
I'm still holding your hand if it makes you feel better.
It does make Ian feel a little better. He kind of like looks down at you and gives you like a firm nod, like thanks.
Do a thumbs up and like a you got this. Break a leg.
Jack Farrow's such a nice man.
So Fleur's roommate Cammy was kidnapped. He like holds the phone away for a second. Kidnapped?
Missing? Question mark?
Is missing, and we went back to our dorms, and Fleur's room was like ransacked. She's okay. Fleur's okay. I'm okay. My friends are here. You don't know them, but they're also okay. However, Fleur is being questioned by the feds, and I don't know how long it's going to take. Also, my professor had to come pick up Aspen because apparently he's like going to kill somebody. I don't know. So I just feel like I should call you since you have experience.
Ian?
Yeah.
Ian, I'm going to need you to take a deep breath.
Oh.
That was neither deep nor really a breath. Now let it out. All right, you and your sister are safe, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
And your
yes.
friends are safe, correct?
Yeah, they're some of them are sick, but yeah, they're good.
Okay, well, all right. Now, your sister is being questioned. Has she been formally detained or arrested?
She is not a suspect as far as I know, or a person of interest, but I'm gonna be honest, and he like kind of turns away from wherever the guard is and cups like his hand over his phone. The guard isn't really qualified to answer any questions, so I don't really know what's going on.
Ian, you know that this call is recorded, correct?
Nope, yep, that's sick. Okay, anyways, so yeah, do you want to come talk to these people?
Ian.
Yeah.
I'm at work right now.
Okay, but I'm at the guard station?
I know. You're not under arrest. And from what I understand, from what you've told me, Camila Mendelia has been abducted, correct?
Wait, how do you know her whole name? Do you know my roommate's whole name?
Your roommate's name is Vesper Thornquill Thistlespring.
Oh, so close, but you're wrong. Okay, so
in my defense, they do have more names than Camille Delia.
This is true, but also they're my roommates, so that's a little hurtful. So we're just
Ian. This may come as a surprise to you, but not everything is about you, including the mistakes that I make.
Okay, Dad.
I would appreciate it if you showed me the benefit of the doubt once in a while.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just
Ian,
wait.
You will be okay. Neither you nor your sister is under arrest. I would advise you to comply with the federal agents, and I can assure you, as your father, that neither of you will get in trouble for anything, because you are innocent, correct?
Correct.
And you'll be fine. And Ian...
Yeah?
You said that your professor has Aspen?
Yeah, my sustainability professor, I guess he's like an emergency contact. I just didn't want the guard to look after him.
Your mother will drop some food off at the station.
Thanks, Dad.
And Ian, it would be much easier to communicate with you if you did not assume the worst every time I spoke with you.
Right.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm glad you're safe. I have to go. Work is very busy.
Okay. Sorry for bothering you.
No, thank you for calling me. Always call me in this sort of situation.
For sure. Will do.
And don't assume that I think you're bothering me, Ian.
Right.
This is exactly how this call would go if Fleur called me as well.
Right. Don't make assumptions. Got it. I'll text you when we're out of here.
That sounds good. And if anything progresses, call me. And Ian, for the love of the goddess, do not let Fleur's temper get the better of her. The last thing we need is for me to have to come bail your sister out of federal prison. Do you understand?
I understand, but unfortunately she's in there alone and they will not let me go in.
Yes, that is standard protocol. All right.
Okay, so I just can't be in control of her when she's in there. Just a reminder that if something happens, I will do my best, but
Ian, I do not expect anyone to be able to be in control of your sister. Just do what you can to not make things any worse.
True. Okay, cool. All right. Have a good day at work.
I likely won't. Bye, Ian.
Okay, bye.
Hangs up the phone.
Ian like slowly puts the phone back on the receiver, and he just like turns to Vesper and like looks at his hand, and he's like, "Sorry for squeezing." Slowly lets go, and he just does like a okay. So it was somebody else's turn, and he swiftly turns around and walks to the bench and just sits his ass down.
I'm just gonna go follow Ian. I'm gonna go sit down next to him.
As you sit next to him, the guard looks up from his Sudoku and goes, Vesper, right?
Yes, sir.
If you need to use any kind of gestures to the payphone, he kicks underneath the bench that you're seated on and kicks out a little wooden stool and goes, "You just let me know. You got it." Yeah.
Thank you. Much appreciated, actually.
Yep. Union mandated.
Love that.
Yeah. Yep.
As should be, as rightfully so.
Yep. Same goes for the urinals. I know you didn't ask, but I was union rep when we got those all put in, so I'm pretty proud of it.
Good for you. That's a huge success and achievement.
Yep, thanks. Who's next for the payphone?
Rosalie's just gonna look at Essie and look at the payphone and look at Ian and Vesper at this bench.
Do you want to go? I mean, your mom's works at the hospital, so I feel like she's knows what to do, and I don't know why I feel like she knows what to do in this situation.
I feel like my other parent might, but I'll be honest, I don't really have a reason to talk to them.
It's the ghost of Stitches.
The emergency contact for the bards and the
Stitches begging to be let in
the hallway yelling.
But I don't really have a reason to call them. But I do. I miss them.
That's a reason.
Okay. And Rosalie will put in the 2 coins, and I think this call will be towards her dad.
Right, awesome.
I don't know.
You dial. The dial tone goes for about 3.5 rings, and on nearly the 4th ring, someone picks up. This is Dr. Eugene Motley.
Hi, Daddy.
Daughter of mine, why are you calling? What's up, kiddo? Why are you calling from the guard station? Are you okay? Are you okay?
I think I'm okay. I don't know why I'm here. I'm just calling because I miss you.
Okay, well, I miss you too, sweetie, but why are you calling from the guard station? I know you say you're okay, that's good. I'm very happy to hear that. I'm just a little concerned because you know how I feel about the guard, right?
Why?
And Rosalie doesn't say anything, just like a nod and go, I remember. Ever since we were 5, you made that chant, remember?
Yes. Well, but, the main point is that laws are only enforced against those who are not powerful enough in the political, social, or financial spheres to stand up against the enforcement. And where laws should be enforced, they simply are not. And that's the real... Why are you in the city guard station?
Something happened at my dorm.
What sort of something?
A girl's missing, and
it's not you or your roommate, right? I assume that you're not missing because you haven't asked for ransom or... Rosalie. Stamp your foot loudly 3 times if you're being held against your will. Stamp 4 if you're fine.
Rosalie immediately stamps 4, but 1 with each different foot.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to check. Wait. Jump twice loudly if you only did that because they're listening to our phone call.
Do I jump once if it's okay?
Yes.
Wait. But they are listening, so do I jump twice anyways?
Oh my god.
They're listening? You've been kidnapped? How much money do they need? I just got another book deal. I'm happy to... What do they want? What do they need?
They don't... I feel a lot better already. I miss you.
Well, I miss you too. I'm sorry to hear that someone is missing, but Rosalie, and this might sound a little dark, that kind of thing makes a great novel.
Oh my god, bye.
Okay, you're right. But isn't it a little scary?
Is subject matter or to experience yourself?
Both?
Yes, but Rosalie, fear is at the heart of adventure. If we always stayed where we felt safe and comfortable, if we always wrote about the things that make us feel safe and comfortable, we wouldn't grow. And if I always did the things that made me feel safe and comfortable, if I was too scared of fear to act, I wouldn't have you. I wouldn't have had the courage to ask your mother to that concert with.
Okay. You always have the right words, and
Well, that's my job, Rosalie. That's what I get paid for. That's what I make the medium-sized bucks for.
I think I'm okay, but I'll message you later. Maybe we can hang out. I've been missing Dracula a lot, and
Oh, I'll send you some pictures over email tonight, and you text me, and maybe we'll get lunch soon. Okay?
okay.
I'm not sure.
Can I bring my friends?
Yes, I was worried you were going to ask if I could bring Dracula, and I was like, well, Harry said after last time with the health inspector and everything, that's just a no. That's a no-go.
Okay.
Oh, Harry.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, but I would love to meet your friends, and I'll buy them all lunch, soups, and sandwiches, and coffee's on me.
Okay. Bye, Daddy.
Bye, sweetheart. I love you. Oh, and maybe call your mother and let her know so that, she doesn't find out from me and then panic and then get mad at me because she's panicking.
Okay, you're right. Okay. Bye, Daddy.
Bye, sweetheart. I love you.
And then Rosalie's gonna count the coins. Does she have enough for another phone call?
You know that there's about 10 minutes left on this payphone.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna call quickly.
Hello, Dr. Vivian Motley. How can I help you?
Hi, Mommy.
Hi, sweetheart. Is everything okay? You're calling very early. You're usually asleep until, 10 or 11.
Yeah, everything's okay. We're just at the National Guard station.
You're at the what?
The National Guard
Why
station.
are you there? Are you okay? Okay, you said you're okay. Do you need a lawyer? Do you need me? Are you all right? Are you safe? Are you handcuffed? Is this your one phone call?
I'm okay. I'm going to try to make this as quickly as possible. I don't have much time left.
Okay.
I'm okay. I just want to let you know I'm here, and I'm
All right.
going to try to be at the dorm soon.
And you're not handcuffed? You haven't been arrested? Are you...
No.
You don't need a lawyer?
No, but I don't trust them. You know what Daddy says about the cops.
Okay, I know that your father said that, but there's also, you have to cooperate to an extent. If they want to ask you any questions, demand a lawyer. We are, as you know, to a degree. I know this phone call is recorded. We're not going to act on it. We are semi-anti-establishment, as a family, and that's normal and good. And it's good to question our. Okay, honey, have you eaten?
No.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Okay,
All
sweetheart.
they have are stale bagels.
Oh, that's not nutritionally valuable at all. Okay, I am going to take my hour break that I'm due because I'm on this 48-hour shift. I'm due an hour. Well, I'm actually due 3 hours. I'm going to take at least an hour now, and I'll go run and get you all some food. Are your friends with you?
Yes.
Okay, how many you are there?
There's five of us in total.
Okay. All right. And are any of you vegetarians or anything?
Rosie's going to look back and be like, are any of you guys vegetarian?
No. I look at Ian.
I'm trying to be, yeah.
Ian's been trying it out.
We have one vegetarian, and yeah.
Okay, but not vegan, so I can get waffles and toast and eggs and stuff.
Rosalie will turn around.
Are you vegan, Ian?
Oh, no.
Okay, not vegan though.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go get those. I'm also gonna get some coffees from Harry's on the way over, and there's okay. So, but I know that you like bacon, and I'm sure that someone else will eat it too if I get some. Okay, honey, I'm gonna be there in about 45 minutes. And I will bring hugs and fancy coffees and everything you can imagine. Okay, I love you. Thank you so much for calling me. I'm glad you're safe. You give me an immediate phone call if you suddenly need your one phone call. Okay.
Okay. Love you, Mommy. Bye, Mommy.
I love you too, darling. Okay. Mwah.
Okay. Mwah.
Wait, what? Why did you want to know?
My mom's bringing
What was it, bagels?
She's bringing waffles, eggs,
bacon,
toast, bacon,
My mom's
sausages.
bringing waffles, bacon, toast, sausages.
Oh, fancy coffees.
Fancy coffees.
Oh, wow. My dad wouldn't even come. That's cool. That's really nice of her.
Yeah, and so all right. At least maybe it'll be a little better than here.
The guy in the corner looks up again, a very limited salary, and
Oh, I'm not blaming you. It's just the bagels are sad.
Yeah, the bagels are sad. You're right. You got me on that one, kid. They've been in the break room for like 3 days, so. And I have to imagine they were day old when we bought them, so.
I'm sorry. Oh, does he have a badge on? What's his name?
He does have a badge on. His name is Officer Tom Smellick.
I knew it! Jenny, I fucking knew it!
Hello, Sir Smellick?
Officer. You can call me Officer Smellick. You can also call me Tom.
Did you eat today too?
Yeah, I had 2.5 bagels.
Okay, good. Rosalind will go over to sit down.
Okay, good talking to you. Meanwhile, Fleur.
Okay. Hello.
Agent, what did I say her name was? Agent Lotha. Agent Lotha is looking at you, and she sort of crosses her arms and goes, Miss Farrow, don't mistake, please, my intonation for threats.
Oh, I'm not.
This is, as you can imagine, a rather tense situation.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm 18 years old, and I just like to hit things with an axe. So I don't know as much as you, but I do know that my friend is missing. And to me, it doesn't really matter who she is. I just want her to be found.
We at the cabinet are very sorry to hear about your friend's disappearance. Obviously, for more than one reason. If there is anything you find out, if you are contacted by Cammy again, if you discover new information, remember new information, or find yourself in a position where you feel our services are rendered, please contact me directly. She hands you a little business card. It sort of shimmers in the light. You can tell that this is an arcane card. And she goes, you can either contact the number there, or if it is an emergent situation, simply read my full name aloud 3 times, and I will appear where I am needed.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yes, well...
That's I gotta say, that's really cool.
Your tax dollars at work. Fair.
Yeah, I figured. Well, I'm 18, so I don't really pay taxes, but I'm sure I will one day.
You had a lifeguarding position over the summer, and I certainly hope that you paid taxes on
I did
that,
pay taxes on that. I'm going to be honest, I spent all of the money that I got, spent it straight on clothes. So I don't really remember. Can I say? I didn't look at a single pay stub. I just know what went into my account.
Yes, well, the good news is that your parents are audited every year for your father's position, so... We do know
what is my dad's position? You got me at my dad. I thought my dad was an investment banker.
Miss Farrow, again, you do not have the clearance to receive those answers.
It's my dad, though.
And I assure you that if your father has not divulged that information, it is because he understands the rules and regulations of our department.
Okay, that's really scary. Follow-up question for you.
National security is perhaps
pretty
scary
important,
to the layman, but important.
I don't know if I should find that offensive or not, and I'm just going to let it go.
Miss Farrow, it is not offensive for me to assume, based off of both personal knowledge of your individual history and the fact that you are, again, an 18-year-old girl who likes to hit things with axes, your words, that you are not some kind of government agent privy to matters of
no, but that was my follow-up question. What if I do find something on campus? Obviously I have to contact you, but
contact me immediately.
Yeah.
Do not touch it, do not engage with it, do 100%. Not breathe on it, do not interact with it, do not take it upon yourself to investigate this situation any further.
For sure. 100%.
Miss Farrow, if we find you or your friends snooping around any areas you should not be, I will have you know you can be charged with interfering with an active, ongoing investigation.
I know that, but like
At minimum, Miss Farrow, continuing
No.
such an investigation would be, in fact, treason.
Fleur's like, listen, I totally get it. However, I'm gonna be living on campus, and Cammy was my roommate.
To that end, Miss Farrow,
So if I do stumble into things,
You
if
will
I
not
find
be-
things, are there things I should be looking for? Like if I don't know what to look for, what if there's something and I don't know what to see?
Miss Farrow, our expectation is that you continue with your classes as a normal student at ALSU.
Okay.
You are not to know what to look for, and you are not to look for things. Have I made myself clear?
Yes.
In terms of your living arrangements, your dean should be here in 45 seconds to determine future proceedings. Outside, the rest of you are gathered around.
What's our seating arrangement?
It sounded like Ian and Vesper were sitting next to each other.
Okay. And so Rosalie and Nessie are sitting next to each other.
Wait, can I be trying to like sort of absentmindedly tell Ian about the book, like all the stuff I've been reading, just to get his mind off of the phone call?
Please
Absolutely.
do.
Tell us about what you've been reading, Vesper.
Just I just go, so it's like, so remember that the booth that I went up to with the very pretty person, that whole game. Well, I'm reading the history about it now, and it seems pretty cool. There's a lot of nuance to the history, but it's good to know where it started, where it came from, and how it got to where we are today. I'm making those hand motions as I say it, and I go, I do just want to get to the rules, though.
Well, why don't you like look at the chapters and just skip ahead?
I can't just skip. That's freaking fluster. It's like, why would I skip it? What?
But you said you want to get to the rules, so just get to the rules. I don't.
Well, but someone thought it was important to include all of the content in this book, and therefore I should probably read all of the content. I don't get to pick and choose what's important or worth reading.
I would beg to differ there, Fess. But okay. People are paid to do things. I'm sure you're aware. So like writing, you're also paid to do. So I'm guessing that they were paid to do that, even if it wasn't important.
As you discuss this, the door that Officer, what was his name? Tom Smellick. Officer Tom Smellick.
It's Smellick, yeah.
Officer Smellick is guarding.
Of
Swings
the Branel Smellicks, maybe.
open with a resounding creak. Creak. Stepping through the door, her heels clicking against the concrete floor of the station, is Dean Madrigal Tumbletwig. Her hair is perfectly coiffed into those, you know how like old ladies always have that short like perm hairstyle?
Yeah.
A pair of large sparkly earrings sit on her ears, and perched on her nose is a pair of cat eye rhinestone glasses.
Obsessed.
She's got it.
Hello, students. I'm looking for an Agent Lothar or Miss Farrow.
Oh, Fleur's in there. And I point at the door.
Dean Madrigal Tumbletwig brushes past all of you, opens the door, and steps through it, shutting it behind her. Fleur. The dean enters the room. Miss Farrow.
Dean Madrigal?
It's Dean, yes. Well, Dean Tumbletwig to you. We're not friends.
Sorry. Sorry. Dean Tumbletwig, my bad.
Yes, there is nothing casual about our relationship.
Understood.
It is strictly, yes. Agent Lothar. Dean Tumbletwig. Miss Farrow, we will ask you to step into the hall. Please do not leave.
Yeah, I can't hear the conversation about my own living stuff.
This is a conversation of national security, and many of its aspects do not involve or concern you.
I'm just like, okay. Fleur like grabs her bag of holding and puts it over her shoulder and goes. And
Your
stands
bag of
outside the
holding
door.
is not with you. It was confiscated when you arrived.
Well,
All of your
then
weapons,
that's what I was right.
personal
I forgot about
items,
that.
sending stones, sending phones, all confiscated.
Okay. Fleur goes and stands outside the hallway.
Fleur re-enters the room.
Are we done? Are you good? What happened?
And Fleur just looks at Ian, like, not right now.
I called Dad and he said we're fine and that he wasn't going to come get us. I called Dad.
We are fine.
Okay.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it was horrible.
No, it wasn't. Oh
He
my
kind of
God.
yelled at me a little bit.
No, he didn't. You always
felt
say
a
he
little
yells at you, and he
gaslit.
never yells at you. He's just dad. Oh my goodness.
Can't believe Ian's gaslighting Fleur about whether or not their dad gaslit him.
Fleur's not living. Fleur's like, Ian, listen. You make the phone calls with dad 100 times worse because you get on the phone and you're like, hey, dad, I'm immediately expecting the worst from you. And
Did I do that? And Ian like gestures to his friends. Did I do that? I thought I was pretty cool.
He definitely did that, right? Don't lie to me.
Fleur, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest.
Is everything okay?
No,
What happened in there?
Is Kenny
not
okay?
right now. I technically am not allowed to tell you.
Why?
Oh, did they make you sign something like
Mhm.
Marguerite?
Fleur, we need to get you
Margarita?
a lawyer.
Marguerite.
I'm pretty sure her name was Margarita Vest. I don't know
We
though.
met a lot of people that day. So, yeah, I had to sign something. Dean Tumbletwig's in there.
Yeah,
None of us can go back to our rooms.
We saw her walk in and she was like, I'm looking for Agent, I don't know.
Lotha
Yeah, that sounds right.
is like a stern lady with really red hair. And you know what? She tried to make it seem like she was a bad guy, but I think she's just like, in all the movies where there's like that one badass lady who is like the federal agent and everyone's like, she's such a bitch, but she ends up being like really nice because
It's always
she
been a
just
dream
really
role.
cares about people.
Oh,
I think that's her.
okay.
Yeah.
But you're good.
Either that or she's just awful. I tend to lean to the first option.
So you're gonna just see the best from her.
Of course I do. That's what I always do.
All right. So you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
We don't get to go back. Did y'all hear me? We don't get to go back to our rooms. None of us.
Why?
The whole floor is a crime scene, apparently.
But what about Aspen's bed?
Yes, Aspen's sleeping on your bed, which wouldn't make any difference from our childhood home.
Well, he still
So,
sleeps on my bed in the dorm. I'm gonna be
see,
honest.
then why do you need his bed, Ian?
Well, because he likes to have his own place.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's what Dean Tumbletwig's in there for, but I think there's more to it because I wasn't allowed to be privy to that conversation.
You seem tense. Are you tense?
Yeah, I was just interviewed for how long was it?
45 minutes.
For 45 minutes. So,
Do you guys know who's knocking on the door?
Which
No.
door?
It's mommy.
It's the door behind Agent Officer Smellick.
Oh, no, never mind.
it's
then.
No,
probably
that's-
Dean Tumbletwig. It could be for me. And Fleur goes to open it.
It's
No,
not
it's
the
the
door
other
that
one.
you came
Oh,
through.
it's the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why would it be your mommy?
Oh, I invited her.
I don't think you can just invite people. Like, she'd have to go through. All right,
Leslie
I'm
gets-
opening the door. He opens the door, and standing in the doorway, like laden with just takeout boxes, and balanced on top of the takeout boxes, one of those like carriers for multiple drinks. is Dr. Vivian Motley, who goes, where's my baby? I can't see her. Where is she? Where
Fleur
is she?
immediately rushes to grab some of the boxes.
Essie's gonna go and help too and just go, Vivian!
Oh, Essie, you look beautiful, darling. Where is my baby?
Right here. Let me grab your stuff.
Fleur looks at Ian and Vesper, holding several boxes, like,
And she brought us waffles.
Darling! She like wraps you up in a big hug. Oh,
That makes Rosalie's questions make sense. I turn to Ian.
oh, I missed you. Oh, how are you?
I missed you
Oh, you
too.
smell exactly the same. You smell like rose candles and rose water. Oh,
Ian sniffs his shirt.
oh, I missed you. Oh,
Thank you for
I'm
breakfast.
so glad you're okay. Oh, I told the people up front I was your lawyer. They just believed me. Cops are so stupid. Oh, present company excluded. Oh,
Fleur has opened the top box and is eating a waffle.
Also, Essie's right here. She's Rosalie's just gonna bring her into this group hug too, and just
oh
like
yes. Oh,
Yes, come-
Essie, you're so tall.
Oh,
Oh, you're
you guys are so
bony.
tiny.
You need to eat some of these waffles, dear.
Thank you for bringing food, Vivian.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little hungover.
Oh, did you guys have fun? Did you get Rosalie to party?
We did.
Rosalie, you partied?
Yeah, Rosalie went to a frat party.
Maybe a little.
And she looked beautiful.
She looks so
Oh,
good.
she always looks beautiful. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name's Dr. Vivian Motley. I don't know any. Well, of course, I know Essie, and of course, my dear sweet Flower. All right.
I'm Fleur Farrow.
It's
Ian
so lovely
Farrow.
to meet you. Oh, Ian, Fleur, perfect. And who are you?
Vesper.
Vesper. All right. Well, I'm Dr. Vivian Motley again. I work at Our Lady on Fire Hospital.
Would you like to sit and catch your breath? Maybe.
Ian just stands up immediately and like walks away from the chair.
You know, honestly, I'm concerned that if I sit down, I'm going to fall asleep because I'm right in the middle of a 48-hour shift.
Yeah, blankets.
You're all
Some
good?
sparkling water should be coming.
It's taken 45 minutes for the sparkling water to arrive.
Officer Smellick makes like a little grimace and just continues to do a Sudoku. Okay, and do any of you need lawyers? You know, you have a right to an attorney and the right to remain silent. And if they didn't tell you any of that, anything that they want to do to you is it's not applicable. You know that, right? You all know your rights. I brought a pamphlet. Does anyone need a
Gotta
pamphlet?
say,
Wait.
he didn't say any
I'm-
of that to me. However,
Were you arrested?
No,
have
been
so
told
I'm
we're
not
not
that worried
detained.
about it. Yeah,
Okay, you're not detained. Okay, well that's
there
good.
were like a lot of loose threats though, but I'm not
We're
that
free to
worried.
go, but we're like chilling here because Officer Smellick really.
common misconception.
Sorry,
It's a mispronunciation.
I have a hard time pronouncing M's, evidently. Officer Smellick really needs this job because his wife is pregnant with triplets.
Triplets. Well, congratulations, she says to him and gives him like the fakest smile possible before turning back to all of you with like a very warm, real smile and goes, okay, have you all called your parents?
Uh-huh.
Essie? Well, I'm here and I'm basically your mom away from home. So I'm here for you, okay?
My mom only lives 40 minutes away from.
Well, I work 10 minutes away walking, so I'm your mom right now, okay? And you are going to eat one of those waffles right now in front of me.
Fleur kind of like shimmies the boxes over and like grabs her waffle and like
As he's gonna cheers the waffle with Fleur. Start eating.
And what about you, Vesper? Did you call any of your parents or
No,
guardians?
but they're all three of them are in Kraelyn, so
Oh, perfect. So I'm your mom now too.
I have
Vivian's
so
just
many.
collecting kids.
That makes you the third.
Wow. Okay, so you have two moms and now me, a third mom. That's awesome. Well, you know, Rosalie almost has two dads, so it's, you know, the same thing. You need a waffle too. Are you the vegetarian?
I'm vegetarian.
Okay, so you take
He's
several
trying.
pieces of bacon. No bacon for you. I did get eggs. There's eggs in one of those boxes, hollandaise, everything like that. Okay, now.
Fleur starts like handing the boxes out.
Rosalie has my number, knows my number by heart. If any of you need anything, you call me immediately, okay? If they try to make any moves, if you need a lawyer, you call me. I know people. And if you can't get a hold of me, Rosalie, you call Harry because your father's still on that book tour. But they did want me to tell you that they love you and he's very proud of you. And he did call me and it wasn't awkward at all. We did a very good job. I just thought you would want to know. We have our call with the therapist this afternoon. I don't know why I'm telling you that in front of all of your friends. I'm so sorry. That's embarrassing. I'm a little bit flustered.
It's important
No,
to be
it's not.
vulnerable, Vivian.
Yeah, it's all good.
Thanks
That's
for
very
bringing
true.
us food.
Yeah, we really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah, also, there was a dog outside that they said belonged to one of you. I did feed him several slices of bacon. I hope that's okay.
That's perfect. He loves bacon.
I noticed. Yeah, very funny. Oh, sorry,
So
dear.
he's just out there by himself, though?
No, there's a very angry / very chill satyr. He's just kind of hiding around the corner because he's a little bit worried about the pigs finding out about whatever it is he gets into in his free time.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Vivian does like a little raises her nose with one finger and makes it like a little sorry. Old habits die hard. Rosalie, darling, do you need to talk?
Oh, no, mommy. I do feel a little bad now. I'm gonna look over to Officer Smellick and offer him a waffle.
He takes
Would
the
you like it?
waffle, takes a big bite of it, and goes, "Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
Better than sad bagels.
It's better than sad bagels. Thank you.
I'm sorry for calling you Fario.
Oh, that's okay. No,
What?
It's okay.
We've been bored. We had a lot to do, Fleur.
I haven't been bored.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
I'm gonna go back to my Sudoku. Thank you so much for the waffle. I appreciate it. He takes a big bite of it, and your mom goes, "Okay, Rosalie, your father and I and you and Harry all have plans to get lunch, as soon as possible. So you call us, you make plans, and we'll all be there because we were all disappointed that we couldn't all be present. And we agreed with Dr. Ivyshade that it was important to show support for you as a collective. So
Thank you, mommy.
yes,
Can't
just let us
wait.
know. Okay, all right. I love you so much. I'm so glad you're safe. I'm so glad all of you are safe. It was so nice to meet you. Please stop by the hospital if you ever need anything. If you ever need medical treatment, you know who to call. Although Rosalie's very proficient herself. She's
She's great.
She's
I
always
saw her
been very
do,
talented.
and I make the motion of Rosalie doing Radiance of the Dawn. It's it was very cool.
Well, you know,
We're an
she's-
adventuring party. I
It
don't
was
know if
stunning.
Rosalie told you that.
Rosalie's kept me
cool.
up to date with every one of your adventures so far, and I look forward to reading more. She's a very gifted writer as well as a cleric.
Hi, mommy.
What?
I'm gonna start
If
pushing.
she's ever not too shy to show you her writing, she's very talented. She could always use someone to help edit her pieces, but they never do much editing because again, she's
Thanks for breakfast.
I'll get her to publish one day.
I would love that. See, you take care. Be kind to yourself. Okay, I love you all. Goodbye.
I love you too, Mom.
Shuts as
I mean,
Rosalie
Vivian.
pushes her out the door. As Rosalie pushes Vivian out the door, and the door shuts.
You're a writer?
I drabble.
Trouble?
If you ever want, I'm not gonna pressure you or whatever. But if you ever want to show me your writing, I'd love to read it.
Have you ever written a suspense novel?
Rosalie's very overwhelmed with all these questions about her novel.
In a way, I think you have.
Cool.
I mean, it's a work in progress. Well, after maybe a couple editors, I'll get back to you guys.
Okay.
Not that I wouldn't absolutely also love anything you're willing to share, that being the key word there. can we circle back, and I do several circle motions to the why Fleur? Why can't we go back to our rooms?
As you ask that, Vesper, the office door swings open, and Dean Magical Tumbletwig walks into the room, followed by a tall, smartly dressed woman with slicked back red hair, who eyes you all with some degree of suspicion as Dean Tumbletwig does sort of an awkward smile. Okay, well, everyone, I know that this isn't what you anticipated for your first 2 weeks, but a few updates are due to all of you. This has been an eventful morning, I'm sure, for all of us, one filled with sadness, anxiety, fear, stress. After some discussion with Special Agent Lothus here, the school has decided that in the interest of maintaining both the integrity of this investigation and that of your academic potential, combined with the fact that the dorm floor is closed, pending investigation, it is in your best interest that we send you on your first quest immediately. It is our hope that it will distract you from this event while also giving you time and space away from its occurrence to process whatever feelings you may have.
A quest?
Yes, a quest.
We're still in our first semester. Is that a good idea?
Well,
Yeah, we get quests every semester, don't we?
all students receive a quest in their first semester, and though it is perhaps unorthodox to do it within the first month of school, it is not entirely unheard of.
Cool, I'm down.
Fleur.
You know, hey, questing's what I'm good at. Not that I've ever been on a quest, but it's like the concept of a quest.
You seem like you'd be really good at questing.
Thank you, Essie. Thank
Yeah.
you. I think we're
I
all
get
going to be
that
really
vibe.
good at it for the record.
But where do we sleep?
Mr. Farrow, as a ranger, I'm sure you will not be uncomfortable sleeping on the road, as it were.
I will be, though.
Yeah.
I
That's
would
okay.
be.
I'll do what needs to be done.
To that end, would you be interested in hearing the quest itself, or are you going to continue to pepper me with relentless questions?
Please.
Vesper, it is good to see you.
Thank you. I don't want to add to your relentless questions, but I suppose please
No, Vesper,
go.
you are my star pupil in my wizardry class, and I would love to hear any questions you may pose, because I know for a fact they are insightful.
I'm concerned. I'm excited. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm concerned about. I trust my adventuring party, but about the challenge that lies before us, as I'm not like we've held our own with the Fae things inside the school, but that's
The what?
What'd you know about that?
the Fae. We twice now we've been attacked by Fae beings.
Yeah, we called campus security the first time,
Yes,
and
yes.
And then
Vesper
the
left.
other time happened like 12 hours
Last
ago.
night, yeah.
Campus security informed me of the Boggle incident, and I believed that by strengthening the wards that protect the school, I personally had prevented any further incursions. You're telling me that there was another event last night?
Leaf people.
Yeah.
We saw half a dozen, and I looked at the others. Eladrin last night.
Like 6 or 7. They showed up in the frat basement.
And they attacked you?
Yes.
All of you?
Well, they
Fleur's
tried,
one trash. She's like, yeah.
they tried to charm us.
Well, that is one of their methods of attack best known. They tried to attack even the elves among you?
I don't remember getting hit.
I didn't get hit at all.
Yes, the Eladrin, for those of you who do not know, other than, I assume, Vesper, as they are, again, a star pupil. Just beyond
Ian, why are you
extraordinary.
looking like that?
It does blush a little bit, just be like positive reinforcement.
The Eladrin are the elves that did not leave the Feywilds, as you all know, or rather should know, especially the elves among you. The elves are Fey creatures. They are descended from the Fey that inhabit the Feywild, and therefore the Feywild is their point of origin. Eons ago, the elves that we know here, the Wood Elves and the High Elves, exited the Feywild and made their home here on the material plane. However, the Eladrin remained behind. It is very uncommon for them to intrude onto the material world. and quite alarming that they have done so.
They also did leave quite suddenly.
They ran away when we hit them too hard.
They also said something
we did
about-
not hit very hard, unfortunately.
I don't think I hit anything.
But they did.
I hit
leave
several
of their
of
own
them
accord.
quite hard.
And they did say something kind of strange.
What?
To me, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, they just insulted me for leaving, being
You
descended
could
from
understand
someone.
them?
Yeah, something about being a child or pretending to be a child, or no, you are a child, but not of this plane. It was like
you could understand them?
Miss
I look
Pharaoh,
between the
the Eladrin, like all creatures of the Fey Plane that are capable of speech, speak Sylvan, which is not uncommon to be spoken by elves or half-elves or even woodfolk.
But Ian doesn't speak Sylvan.
I speak Sylvan.
Since when?
It is the language of the forest, Miss Pharaoh. It is
Oh,
fairly standard
that's why.
practice for.
That's why.
Yes. Vesper, did you have any further questions?
No, I suppose that it's good to know that. I'm glad you also know that happened now, I suppose. No, I guess it was just about the quest and our ability to do it outside the safety of school walls,
We're gonna
which I had
crush it,
assumed
Vesper.
was some measure of planned, and now I'm kind of reevaluating that it was not.
Vesper, we will provide our very best resources, and by that I mean we will provide you very little resources because we are training you to be adventurers. However, I am willing to protect you and your party by casting a higher level shield spell on whatever vehicle it is you choose to take on the course of your quest. Behind her, Agent, you're welcome to roll a perception check if you want to on
Yeah,
Agent
I do.
Lothus.
Oh, all of us, or just
Whoever wants to, whoever's,
I
paying
do.
attention to her whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled an 18.
I rolled a 13.
20.
I
Oh,
rolled a 5.
Ian? What did you roll?
20.
Oh.
Ian,
nat 20?
Agent Lothus seems intrigued by this information about the Eladrin attack. She's jotting it down on her notebook in front of her, but she doesn't add anything. All right, now if there's no further questions about the safety of this quest, I shall give you more information.
Yeah.
Let you know what you are tasked to do. Miss Pharaoh, I would appreciate a little less attitude from you.
I'm stoked. Is that a bad thing? I'm like not trying to give off a bad vibe. I'm actually really excited. Dean Tumbledwig. I'm like super excited.
Stitches offers a professional communication class that I suggest you enroll in so that none of your exclamations are misinterpreted in your future
Okay.
career.
Okay.
Ian's eyes are like bulging out of his head right now. He's like, oh, freaking heck, this is a
It's just
situation.
like, that is reasonable advice.
In fact, I believe that you could perhaps gain some knowledge and lessons in communication from your brother.
Okay. Yeah, I mean like him and I talk all the time. So
He and I.
cool.
Last night, just past midnight, we received a communication from the ranges to the north that a portal opened near the headwaters of the Sea of Trees. Though the casters present were able to close it within hours, one of the larger and more ferocious fey beasts that emerged remains unaccounted for. Although the rangers who patrol the air are perfectly capable of dealing with the problem themselves, we at the school believe that this is an excellent opportunity to test your party's ability to work together in an adventuring context. Your assignment is to track the beast, kill it, and bring its head back to our bestiary department for study. Do you understand?
We have to
Yes.
kill it,
Yes.
Yes, we
Mr.
have to
Farrell.
kill it, Ian.
but isn't it unique and like special? Like, shouldn't we?
That's
keep
why
it-
we take its head back.
It is not unique and special. It merely rarely enters the material plane and is known for its ferocity.
But what if we can like convince it to not be ferocious and get it back in an agreeable way?
Mr. Farrow, your grade depends on you satisfying the parameters I have laid out for your quest.
What kind of beast is it?
That is an excellent question, Nessie. How familiar are those of you with the beasts of the Feywild?
Become a little familiar in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, that is quite unfortunate. However, I do appreciate that you saw an opportunity to pursue further study. This creature in many ways resembles the panthers that patrol the mountains of the forest. However, this creature is pitch black, with long tentacles that emerge from the back. It is known to be incredibly dangerous. Perhaps you are familiar, all of you, with the concept of a displacer beast?
Can I roll a history to see if I am?
Yeah.
Yeah, so will I. But I would
Ditto. Nope. That was a crit fail.
Was also a crit fail.
I know.
I also rolled. I rolled a 17.
Vesper, what
I
did
got
you
a
get?
16.
Ooh.
16.
All
I
right.
thought someone rolled something good because me and Essie were dumb.
Not great, but it's the +9.
Yeah, so
Fleur and Essie were
We
like,
are-
we definitely know
Vesper-
something. I remember.
We are not thinking. We are not having
Yes.
those thoughts.
the Displacer Beast is 3 pages ahead of the Eladrin Elves on the Creatures and Beasts of the Feywild book that you've been reading recently. You can't remember exact details because you were actually looking for something else in the book, but you do remember the illustration of a fearsome, overly muscled, multi-legged panther. You remember that it has a strange and unique ability, but you cannot remember which of those that belong to the Beast of the Feywild that it has. You do know that among the notes in your book, it was noted that rangers have particular difficulty hunting this beast due to its ability. Rosalie, you read a novel once about a great ranger. She fell in love with the princess of a faraway kingdom, and the only way she could prove her love for this princess was by slaying a displacer beast and making from its skin the displacement cloak of beast pelt, a legendary item that could create an illusion utilizing the displacer piece ability. You remember this ability. It has the ability to displace light in such a manner that it appears several feet away from its actual location, making it incredibly difficult for the ranger to kill. In fact, in the story, it was not the ranger, but her lover, the princess, who slayed the beast. So she had the ranger take credit so that they could be wed.
Is Miss Dean Madrigal?
My dear, I am neither your friend nor your compatriot. You will call me Dean Madrigal. I'm sorry, Dean Tumbletwig, or Dr. Tumbletwig, or Professor Tumbletwig, and nothing else.
Dean Dr. Professor Tumbletwig.
Yes, dear.
Is this the same beast that has the displacement pelt?
Yes, dear, that is precisely the beast that you are thinking of, and to that end, we do allow our students to collect one token from whatever quest it is that they go on.
Nice.
Should you successfully kill and skin this creature, and perhaps had someone in your party craft it into the displacement pelt, displacement cloak, you would be allowed to keep the cloak, if you so choose.
Cool.
That, along with the significant weight this poses for your grade, I hope is incentive enough for you to proceed on this quest.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And you want us to go right now.
Dr. Professor Magic Thistle. What's her last name?
Tumblewig.
Tumblewig.
Miss Farrow, I am getting there. Is there any further questions from anyone involved? Concerns? Mr. Farrow, I saw you wrinkle your brow.
You kind of knocked my concern down, so it's... I'm just the skinning, the killing, the head thing.
Oh my
Mr.
god, Ian,
Farrow,
I'll do it.
I do not know what about my delivery of any of this has convinced you that this matter or any of its particulars is up for debate.
Right.
You may all collect your weapons from the check up front, and your departure is scheduled for noon, no later. I suggest you rest until then. And with that, we will be back next week. Same time, same place, same group of people as the party embarks on their very first quest.
Stoked.
Vesper's got a lot of proof. Apparently, they are quite the class pet.
Next time on Tabletop Tavern.
Look at like a nice fair D&D with that.
I'm going to buy the strongest proof of dwarven liquor I can find, and I am going to throw a Molotov cocktail through the window of this building. We're going to tell no one.
I was on the phone
With Mom?
with Kyle.
Disgusting, let's go.
She was beautiful. Her name was, Ophelia Littlefoot. Ian, you look down at your dog, and your dog vanishes.
Just vanishes? Hey, thanks for watching Tabletop Tavern. If you want even more of us and our shenanigans, check us out every Monday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on twitch.tv. You can also listen to us on your morning commute, doing laundry, not listening to your meetings during the workday, on any podcasting platform. We are probably there. Otherwise, check out our socials down below and be sure to follow us on Twitter. And until next time, go Griffins.